Good morning, everyone. I was guided to put a wee short video together to help um, those of you who right now are reaching conclusions in your lives. And when I talk about conclusions, I mean any circumstance in your life that's starting to come to an end. A lot of the time around the full moon, and especially around the summer solstice, we are forced to accept situations. We are forced to see the truth about our lives. And we are forced to accept and do whatever inner work we need to do in order to be free of it. Now, many of you right now will be mentally and emotionally exhausted, confused, angry, afraid, distressed. All normal. People like me would refer to that as a dark night of the soul, where you can no longer progress along your path because you are faced with something that you must deal with. And that's not always easy. But when you are faced with these things, the human part of us wants to fight it. And that's fine. That's the ego's way of defending and protecting us. But the soul's way of dealing with it is to go within, ask what's causing it, and how do you release it? How do you get free of it? And that's not easy either. Those that know how to do such a thing will be able to do it. And those that don't will either have to learn or come and see someone like me to help guide you and show you how to deal with those things. And it's not always easy. It's emotional, it's distressing, but it is worth facing and it's worth releasing. It's worth letting it go. Just a little while ago, I decided to shuffle my Moonology cards, and I did it twice to make sure. And this same card came out both times. And the card is conclusions are within reach. Okay, so conclusions within reach. That is things that you are now ready to let go. Things that have been brought up to you to let go. Have you had repetitive thoughts in your head? Are you thinking about a negative situation in your life constantly? Are you struggling to see past that negative situation? Are you struggling to move forward from a bad relationship, a bad career, a bad job? Any situation that you are struggling to move forward from needs to be addressed. Because until you address it, until we address our inner demons, we cannot progress. We cannot move forward. We cannot find the peace, the happiness, the joy that we're all entitled to feel and experience. But a lot of the time, we cannot move forward with it because we're stuck in their heads. We're stuck in the ego part of our being. And the ego part likes to keep us subdued as well, spiritually. So if you are constantly struggling and fighting with this, make the conscious choice to deal with it. Not push it aside, not I'll deal with that later. There is no later anymore. Later is now. That's not easy. Okay. And I know some of you watching this will be going, shit, Kieran, how do I do that? That's okay. That's what people like me are for. We help with these things because we've been through it and we've learned how to deal with these things. But you got to ask yourself, are you prepared to listen? Are you prepared to do it? And the crux of most of it is, are you willing to forgive? Are you willing to forgive the person, the people, the times, the places, the situations that have brought this to you in this moment? Or do you want to wallow in it? And there's quite a difference. If you're ready to let it go, letting it go is quite easy. If you're not ready to let it go, then it's going to keep eating you and eating you and eating you. And you won't get free of it until such times as you're prepared to do the forgiveness that you need to do. And it's not always easy to forgive. You can only forgive when you are ready. But more often than not, the wee voice in your head, your ego, will be saying to you, I ain't forgiving that. Fuck them. Whatever the words are. And you'll all have these words. Nasty, vile, venom, whatever. But the truth is, that's not your soul. Soul's a different beast. And when you go within, your soul has a much different energy. And your soul will say, and your inner child, yes or no. There will be no bitching. There will be no bile coming out of your mouth. It will just simply be yes or no. And if your soul says yes, then you're ready. And if your soul says yes, I would suggest that is when you release what needs to be released. Even if the human part of you is saying no. Okay? Because by releasing stuff spiritually, it releases all bonds, it resolves the karmic debt, and allows you to move forward. It's not about, and this is quite hard for some people to understand, when we forgive someone for any hurt, it's not about forgiving them so that they're okay. It's forgiving it so you're okay. Because the more you hold on to it, the more damage you do within. And the longer it then takes to release. So, don't look at it as why should I forgive someone for something they've done to me. Look at it from the perspective, why should I carry this? Why should I carry this burden that someone has inflicted upon me? It's affecting my happiness. It's affecting my peace of mind. It's affecting my freedom to move forward in new relationships. It's affecting my confidence, my self-esteem, all of those things. So, forgiveness is the key. And this card is telling me and you that you can conclude that part of your life, that scenario, that situation, and move forward. Now is the time to do it. After the solstice on Monday, the energies changed. So we now need to spend the next month releasing absolutely everything that is within our power to release from within. That means facing some hard truths. Because not only are you going to be facing the fact that someone was an asshole to you, but you also got to accept perhaps you were an asshole yourself. And that doesn't bode well. Okay? You cannot do this work without seeing the bigger picture. It can't all be he did, she did, he said, she said. What did you say? What did you do? Are you prepared to accept that maybe you weren't best behaved? Are you prepared to accept that maybe you fueled the situation? Most of us do, because we're human. So, if right now you're suffering and struggling with a dark night of the soul, where everything's on top of you and you cannot find release, you've got to figure out a way to go within yourself and find the release and find the truths. And you've got to be prepared to see the real truths, not the bits you want to agree to. You've got to see all of it. And by seeing all of it, yes, it's hard, because you have to accept your own failings and your own flaws. But then you're free of it. And that's the greater goal here. It's to be free. And the stuff that you're processing right now, you might have processed it 10 times. That's okay. That's part of being spiritual. We get shown old wounds, old hurts, to make sure we have fully removed every part of that within our psyche that is affecting us and holding us back. So if you think you've dealt with something, and I've done this myself, and you've dealt with it 5 or 6 times in here, dealing with it in here isn't dealing with it in here. So do the work. Accept what has taken place. Allow yourself to honour and respect the pain, the discomfort, the heartache that you're feeling. Because it's only in honouring it can you fully understand it. And then you're able to fully let it go. A lot of the time we hide from the pain because it's easier. And I get that. I've done it too. But ultimately, it's in here that you're holding it. And it will affect your health. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It does affect us. And the universe and our soul will let us go so far. But then there will come a point where it will go, right, you need to deal with this, you need to face it, accept it, move forward. So, if you're in that place right now, do the work. Go within, find your answers, and let it go. And if you cannot do it yourself, or don't have the ability or the skills or the awareness to do it yourself, then you need to look at someone like me that can help you, okay? Because people like me have done this hundreds of times. And we know exactly how to release it, okay? So, don't suffer it anymore. Take the next 3 to 4 weeks, folks, and deal with whatever shit is coming into your head that needs to be let go. All your anger, all your hurt, all your pain, all your bitterness, all your wrath. It's time to let it go. For the sake of you, it's time to let it go, okay? Now, I know some of you will need to have heard that today, and I hope it does help. If you need help, all you have to do is ask. And as I say, you can go to anybody like me who deals with this stuff, and they can help you release it. But you got to make that decision, and you've got to make that move. Okay? Take care, God bless, and have a beautiful weekend. And thank you. Bye-bye.